States administer their own health programs for low-income residents, for instance, and some, like California, are talking about radically extending them. Meanwhile, states and cities are uniting to make their own climate change policy pledges. It may not be so easy to get around the administration's internet policies. Ars Technica reports that, along with scrapping Obama-era regulations, FCC officials led by Pi plan to preempt states and cities from enacting their own, stricter policies to prevent things like throttling or limiting bandwidth for certain content if content providers or consumers don't pay extra. I don't think states have the authority to require network neutrality, so once the Trump administration guts the open internet, it will be up to individual ISPs, writes Christopher Mitchell from the Institute for Local Self-Reliance in an email to Fast Company. He heads the organization's Community Broadband Networks project, which encourages municipal-run networks as an alternative to major private ISPs such as Comcast and Verizon. A big precedent on the side of big ISPs and the FCC's Republican majority is the so-called Vonage Order of 2004. Back when Voice over Internet Protocol was new technology, the state of Minnesota attempted to regulate Vonage's VoIP service the same as it would traditional phone landlines. The FCC ruled that Minnesota didn't have that authority because VoIP is an interstate service. Some phone calls might stay within the state, but there's no way to separate that part of Vonage's business from the part that does cross state lines. An appeals court upheld the ruling in 2007. Internet service is inherently interstate in nature, so the Vonage Order provides powerful legal ammunition to the big ISPs. Preemption, in fact, will be a continuing theme with Trump's FCC. At the Mobile World Congress in San Francisco in September, Republican FCC Commissioners Brendan Carr and Michael O'Reilly were adamant that the FCC be able to preempt local zoning regulations for situating the hundreds of thousands of new transmitters needed for 5G wireless networks.